All right, guys. So, I want to talk about how everybody thinks or everyone thinks that they're built for the storm until the storm actually comes. And the responsibility is on the man. And the reason why I say that is usually in the relationship, a heterosexual relationship, the man is usually the masculine one. And if you're the man, you're supposed to be the leader. And if you're supposed to be the leader of the relationship, you have a choice to either build it up or tear it down. The choice is yours. And if you're new here, my name is Mitchell. I'm a relationship coach. And in today's live video, I will be talking about weak men lose their freedom and strong men build it. So let's talk about the first topic or first slide that I have, which is hard times. Okay. So hard times forge confidence, not neediness. And confidence doesn't come from reading motivational quotes or watching a YouTube video. Real confidence is built in the fire. When life knocks you down, you get back up. And every time you push through a tough season, you're sending yourself a message saying that I can actually handle more than I thought I could. And here's the thing. When life punches you in the face, and you have two options. You either could complain or you can grow. And every time you choose to grow, you prove to yourself that you can handle more than you thought. And you're directly building confidence, which is very, very attractive to women, and indirectly building your freedom. And confidence is attractive because it says that I am okay with or without you. And I want to separate the difference because most people think that that is arrogance, and that's not arrogance at all. That's security. He feels secure, and if he feels secure within himself, he could provide that type of security for the woman. And woman can feel that instantly. Woman needs to feel your strength in order to feel your masculine energy. So I would like to ask you guys this. Do you think women are more drawn to a man who needs them to feel complete, or to a man who's already complete or actually striving for completeness? Because after all, a great relationship starts with two people sharing each other's completeness. And there's this quote that I love, which is hard times don't just build strength, they destroy neediness. They don't just make you stronger, they make you the kind of man that woman would love to be around. Because struggles forces men to develop discipline, resilience, and self-respect. And when you're proving yourself constantly, you're constantly proving to yourself that you can survive and thrive, you radiate this quiet type of confidence that women naturally gravitate towards, because you're no longer begging and you're no longer chasing. So, slide number 2, strength creates standards. A man who's been through the fire does not settle. Why? Because he knows that what he's worth. He's worked too hard to build himself up just to hand his life over to the wrong person. Now, when you have standards, two things happen. The wrong woman will take themselves out of the race, and the right woman will respect you more. So let's talk about the wrong woman taking themselves out of the race. The one who wants to play games with you, they're energy vampires, so they kind of drain your energy. They're disrespectful. They disrespect your time. They won't even bother if they know what you're willing to put up with and what you're willing to not put up with or willing to tolerate. So the right woman will respect you more. And that's the beauty of all this, is that the kind of woman you actually want in your life and that's a person that will admire you, that you're not desperate for their time, their attention, their validation. And there's nothing worse than being in a relationship where your girlfriend or your wife does not respect you, does not respect the guy in the relationship. And the reason why is because, and every man should know this, if she does not respect you, she cannot love you. And so let me ask you this. Do you think most men lose women because they're too picky, or because they don't have enough standards or no standards at all? Because if you look at it in this perspective, that most men are very needy, they're insecure, and they crave a lot of validation from people. And some are better at hiding it than others. But the reality is, they just have not been taught. A lot of guys out there that haven't been taught. And here's one of the biggest shifts that happens when a man goes through hard times or difficult times and he builds himself up. His standards for himself go up too as well. And think about it. If you've been through a lot of the struggles, if you invested years in improving yourself, whether you're doing it through education, so building your mind, your body, your physical body, your finances, and shifting your mindset, you're not just going to hand that over to anybody. You work too hard to let the wrong person into your life just to undo everything that you've worked hard for yourself for. You're not going to let that happen. And so a strong man knows what he wants. That's where masculine energy thrives. He knows what he wants and what he will not tolerate. And that is attractive. And why is it attractive? Because it shows that you have self-respect. Women can feel when a man values himself and can say, no, that's not for me. And having high standards, it's magnetic. The right woman will respect them, and the wrong woman will walk away. So now, a man who builds himself through challenges, he doesn't settle for toxic or low value type of relationships. And standards and unrealistic expectations are two different things. So high standards involve expecting respect, caring, and consistent effort. While unrealistic expectation, on the other hand, includes expecting perfection, being able to read their mind, so mind reading, and you need to be constantly successful, or you gotta be happy all the time. Like, that's just unrealistic. And so, which leads me to my next point, which is your purpose outshines your pursuit. And a lot of guys should learn from this, because as a guy, assuming that your energy is masculine energy, your purpose should be your primary focus. A guy or a man, a masculine man, who does not have a purpose or a drive or a mission in life, he doesn't know, he does not have a direction in life. And so let's talk about when you are on your mission. When you're on your mission, building your career, your body, your mind, your life, something crazy happens. Women will start to notice you. And that's the beauty of it all. And they notice you even when you're not trying. Why? Because your energy shifts. It shifts. You're no longer chasing approval. You're chasing your purpose instead. So what does that signal? It signals direction. It signals ambition. And it signals security. So let's talk about direction. You're going somewhere. You're not drifting along. And that creates a lot of excitement, a lot of curiosity, some mystery too. Like, I wonder what he's capable of doing because of the type of person that he is. And it signals ambition. You're not content with mediocrity. You're striving for more. And that type of energy is very contagious. You could become more than you are because, what was that quote from Jim Rohn? Let me see if I can remember off the top of my head. You could become more than you are. Can't think of it right now. Having a brain fog. But anyways, let's talk about signal security. All right. So if you can build and stick through your own mission, whatever you feel like you were put on this earth to do, you stick to your mission, you could probably provide stability in other areas of your life too. And the paradox of all this is, the less you chase women, the more the right woman chases you when you are chasing your purpose instead. And have you ever noticed that you get a lot more attention from women when you're too busy to care? When you stop making women your primary focus or your priority, instead you double down on your vision, the right woman starts to notice you without you even trying. And so you're too busy building it, and that scarcity of attention that you have makes your attention even more valuable when you do give it to them. but it has to be genuine, and it's not something that you could fake. And even if you hear the quote, fake it till you make it, you can only fake it for so long until it starts to reveal itself. And so that's something that you really have to have emotionally compelling reason to do. So as a man, have a purpose, have a focus, be laser focused, and it's almost as if you're obsessed with your own work. So strong men or masculine men are focused on their mission first and their relationship second. This makes men way more attractive. It always makes men way more attractive. And the crazy part is, and I said this many times on this podcast, is that it is portrayed very differently from what you see on social media and what you see on in the movies. Because what you always see is the guy chasing a girl, dropping everything he has just to pursue this one woman. He's at the airport. He tells her don't go, and she magically realizes that, oh my God, I was in love with this guy this whole time. Like, that does not happen. It's not realistic. And so you got to be careful with what you watch, because what you consume, that's what you're going to believe in most of the time. And so let's go back. Women feel secure and inspired around men whose life is bigger than just trying to get her. You have a mission, you have a purpose, you're going for what you want. That is attractive. And so I want to talk about masculine energy, because that's the thing I've been talking about a lot over here, especially on this channel. So my last slide is, masculine energy is earned and is not claimed. No one can just declare that I'm a real man. Masculine energy or masculinity is earned. It is built through the moments when you take a lot of responsibility for yourself, and when you do the hard things instead of the easy ones. When you show up in life even when you don't feel like it. Masculinity is about purpose. It's about drive. It's about breaking through barriers and overcoming challenges. Shout out to Coach Corey Wayne for that. But that's what masculine energy is. Or masculinity is going for what you want without being completely unapologetic about it, and going for what you want, breaking through barriers and overcoming challenges. And so women don't need you to tell them that you're a masculine guy. They feel it. And they can sense leadership from a mile away. The moment they lay the eyes on you, they can be like, wow, that's a confident man. And that stability that you have, you're allowing her to feel your strength. So the question is, can you fake masculine energy, or does it always get exposed over time? And real masculinity comes from facing fears, taking responsibilities, and building a certain skill. That energy is felt instantly, and it attracts high quality women in because it signals, like I said, protection, stability, and leadership. So within those three, let's talk about protection first. You don't have to be a fighter, but you carry yourself as a guy or as a man like someone who can handle a lot of challenges. You're alert, you're aware, and you can stay calm under pressure. So you're not emotionally erratic. A woman feel like, well, you know what? If something goes wrong, I know that he still got it. That's masculine energy. And that's the protection. There's stability. Your emotions is not all over the place. You're not reactive. You're not blowing up and things into proportion. Let the chaos be with the feminine energy, and you're not collapsing every time something goes wrong. Just because something doesn't go your way, it doesn't mean you blow up. A lot of guys get that mixed up. They think like being Mr. Macho Man is being masculine. It's like, no, it's not. Masculine energy is more calm. Feminine energy is a little bit more chaotic. So don't get that mixed up. Masculine energy thinks about the response that they're gonna give instead of reacting. And so you're alert. Your emotions are not your emotion is not all over the place. You're not reactive. You're not blown up. and you're consistent. You're consistent. Women read that as, well, I can trust him to show up the same way tomorrow as he did today. And lastly, leadership. And I can't express this enough. Making decisions. And that's why, especially on dates, you know, when you're going out on a date with a lady that you're interested in and you're in this dating phase and you're still continually to court her, you have to be the guy that makes the decisions of where to go. Now, you can ask her, hey, do you have any dietary restrictions? Maybe we could grab a coffee or a drink. It doesn't have to be alcoholic, but you just basically setting that tone of, I would like to get to know you a little bit better. But you're making the decisions of, here, this is where we should go. So as you're making these type of decisions, you're taking responsibility. You're not afraid to say, here's what we're gonna do and here's why. Leadership isn't about bossing people around, and I see that all the time. A lot of guys get that mixed up, that, oh, when I'm a leader, I'm just gonna boss people around and point like, this is what you should do and you should listen to me. But they don't give a good reason why. And leadership, like I said, it's not about bossing people around. It's about being a kind of man that other people feel confident following. And there's a huge difference between being a boss and being a leader. If you're a masculine guy, stay that masculine guy by keeping your energy calm, direct, having a focus, having your mission in align with who you are. That in itself, I know a lot of people out there do not have. And if you possess even an ounce of what I just mentioned, she is going to find you way more attractive than all the other guys. And basically, think of it like this too. When you put yourself out there like that, you don't even have any competition. Because even if she has 9 other guys lined up, what ends up happening is they're gonna talk themselves out of her liking them anyways. And you're just that quiet, calm, confident guy. You allow her to come and go as she pleases, obviously with boundaries as well. But you don't even need to think about it so much because you're so focused on your own life, on your own pursuit, that a woman, she's not even a priority. And that is where true leadership comes from, is by leading your own life. And if you guys did like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys on my next live. All right, take it easy. I'll see you next Saturday.